Alright, say hi to YouTube.
Hello, Daily Motion.
It was a good attempt.
Oh, did it break again?
No, we're good. I was talking about saying hi to YouTube.
Oh. Oh, NR 2000. Oh.
With the start of the season just a few weeks away.
Oh, you should.
The Truck Series is going to hold a test session. Actually, all three series are going to hold a test session at Golden State Motorsports Park before the season begins.
Epic.
And we'll run through some preseason storylines.
Let us begin.
I'm just gonna make sure I have the right number of trucks here.
Drivers,
yes, I
to
do.
your cars.
Let us begin practice or qualifying, whatever. Test session, trademarked. Oh no, someone already blowing up.
You love to see it.
Yep, at least it isn't last year's Yugo package, as the Yugos have been sent to the Shadow Realm for this season.
The Truck Series this season will be switching from a purely time-based to a time or lap count.
Epic.
For the race length. It's going to be a certain number of laps at the discretion of the promoter or 1 hour. So truck races are getting slightly longer.
By only 15 minutes, so.
It was 15 more minutes than last season.
Which was 15 more minutes than 2016.
Yes.
Anyways.
There are 28 chartered teams again this year, but we have 46 trucks here for this testing session. So there's quite a few extra entries, and we'll run through those as we get to those. As the trucks get back out on track. How was everyone today?
Good. I am no longer grubbing. I think I'm the only one here. Last year's point standings.
Last season's point standings. So the first team that was the highest points lights was Hannigan Enterprises. They have chosen to field Joey Torgerson this season. They've chosen to field Joey Torgerson, full-time NAC competitor, and the 2016 Try Hard 500 winner. We'll be running this one car for
truck.
For truck for the whole season. And they do have a second entry that'll be running part-time. That is Fergal Sheedy.
What is that sponsor? I need to see it.
It is Cocaine Energy Drink.
Gabe, of course.
Second, I'm going to tweak something here. Pause that. Okay, is my volume a bit better now?
Yeah, it was fine before, but it's better now.
So Fergal Sheedy will be running a part-time schedule in the 11 truck. But Joey Torgerson is going to lead the way for Hannigan Enterprises, who are running Mercedes X-Class trucks.
Powered by Nissan.
The next of the relegated teams from Lights that'll be competing this season is a familiar face. Mason Yokoyama, who won the first ever PCC Trucks race, is back. And we appear to have a truck that spun off, but we're going to ignore that. But Mason Yokoyama is back in the 376, and hoping to jump back up, and he's to the top of the time charts.
Yeah, after the terrible, no good, very bad season for Mason Yokoyama last year, in which he was bit by the Yugo more often than anyone else.
Yes.
Hey, Mike, you need to turn yourself up a little more.
We're off to a great start, guys.
Let's try this again. Alright. I think I might be good. YouTube chat, let me know. Am I good? Am I... Okay. I think I might be alright. And the last...
You might need to kick yourself up a little more, Mike.
Yeah.
I have picked myself up as much as I can.
That's about
then you've got another... Then you have an issue.
Maybe turn NR down.
Hang on. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to yell into this thing.
Oh, you don't need...
And the last of the relegated teams was Genesis Engineering, but they are competing this season without a charter. They lost their sponsorship and they sold their charter to be able to run the full season. Bouchard has brought a SAR truck to this testing session. And
however, that is not the only truck that we have. We have a Lennard as well.
But he's currently 21st of 43, which isn't terrible. But
better than I did last season.
His charter was purchased by JV Motorsports, and Eric Dyson will be running this truck full-time. Eric Dyson, who ran a few races in the Cup Series last year, he just jumped up to 14th fastest. This team will also field a second truck for team owner Jared Vershagen. They're also doing a part-time Cup entry this year, with both of these drivers will be contesting a part-time schedule in the Cup Series. As for the teams returning from last year, the team that won the team championship last year was Triple Threat Motorsports, and they'll be running a variety of drivers this season, starting with Zach Meyer, who is back from his multitude of injuries that he sustained in the preseason of last year that kept him out for just about the whole season. Zach Meyer will be running at least a couple races for this team, and aside from the Cup drivers that they'll have in this car or in this truck for trying to get the Triple Threat title by winning in all three main PCC series, they'll also have 3 NAC drivers. Those will be Lucy Barton, Mac Hanley, and Thomas Tucker in this truck for 3 race stints each. They'll also occasionally field a second truck, the 30, throughout the season. The team that just missed out on promotion last season was Fat Trunk Stupid Racing. They're back with Bluto Belushi in the 04. Didn't win last year, but came very close. And they finished 5th in the team standings. And they'll be returning with Dean Wormer in the 02 as their part-time entry. And he did get 2 wins last year. I'm not quite sure why they didn't swap them, considering Wormer had the better results, but Wormer will return as a part-time entry this year. 6th place in the team standings was AJM Racing, which is the AJ Murphy truck team. Now this is a development team for the AJ Murphy Racing Lights team. so they're ineligible for promotion, but John Jefferson has dropped down from a part-time Cup schedule to run full-time in trucks. He's brought some sponsorship with him, and well, he's looking to take the championship down here. He's 9th right now in this session, and AJ Murphy, the team owner, will be running the 82 truck in a part-time schedule for this team. He is not in attendance here.
I joined to the side of that 02 truck. I gotta say, it looks nice. Also,
Dean
hello,
Burr.
I was entertaining my cat.
Hi.
Hi.
7th in the team standings last season, and returning again are Andy Lambert Racing, and they have Carson Lambert in the 34 truck. He'll be running about half the schedule. He's in this 34. And they have an interesting partnership that they've developed with another team called S3 Motorsports. They competed last season with the 53 truck. Their other truck that they'll be running throughout the season when Carson Lambert is not available is the 35 with James Beverly. Beverly's going to be running about half the schedule in this 35 truck.
Lone pros.
Now, the team that they merged with in the Truck Series, S3 Motorsports, they're here with the 53 of Wallace Turner. When Carson Lambert is not entered, this truck will be the number 34. When Carson Lambert is entered, this will be a non-chartered entry, numbered 53. We're here as the 53 right now, and we'll start the season as the 34. But it looks like he's going to need to pick up some speed to match his quasi teammates.
It definitely will.
8th in the team standings last year was Focus Autosports, and they're back with Estel Mira. They started the season last year with a Ram, switched to Toyota to match their parent team, Andy Lambert Racing, but they were so impressed with the performance of the Ram that they had that they switched back to Ram. So they'll be contesting this manufacturer full-time with Estel Mira, and Mira's currently 4th in the teams, or 4th on the time charts. And
Could you say that they bought more RAM?
You could say that.
It's a damn good thing the soundboard is.
They have
Yeah,
more
they-
dedicated RAM.
Yeah, Nikki, be thankful the soundboard is not enabled channel. You would be
Yes.
bonked for that.
Yes, I get it.
But
Bonked for a bad pun.
After spending most of the season within the promotion ranks, Prince Tlass's team finished in 9th last year. Not really too much new to announce with this team aside from a new paint scheme, but Prince Tlass is looking to invade the Lights Series in 2019, hopefully with a promotion spot.
It's
But
okay,
that-
Ryan. My skull is already U-shaped.
that is some Zarklonian drip on that car right there, or that truck.
That actually looks really good.
This this team does have a second truck, the 27, but I'm not sure if that's going to show up at all. As of right now, this 27 is not listed for entering any races. They did bring that truck to Cleveland, though.
So it's probably showing up for Mansfield and Cleveland, and that's it.
10th in the team standings last year was Lechleiter Racing and Dan Lechleiter.
Fittingly in the number 10 truck.
Yeah, not really much
Whoa.
to announce with this team. Lechleiter will be running a couple cup races with Triple Threat, or a couple lights races, I mean, with Triple Threat. Since he did win a truck race last year, and he already had a cup win, so he'll be running a couple lights races with Triple Threat. But nothing really new to report with Dan Lechleiter's team. This team typically doesn't bring a second truck. It's usually just Lechleiter showing up week in and week out.
And he didn't.
Go on.
He didn't. He didn't win the same race twice, did he?
No, he didn't.
Okay, good.
Going
Sorry,
back to
continue.
Focus Autosports, I did neglect to mention that Vincenzo Focusato is here, and at the top of the time charts by half a second.
Whacker.
Yeah, he'll be whacking a few races.
Good day for rental Italians everywhere.
Anyways, next 11th.
Yeah, 11th in the team standings was Leicester Racing. Now, their driver from last season, Salvatore Torregrossa, is promoted to the Cup Series. They have brought in Ian Sacco to replace him. Sacco is 44th out of 46 right now.
What is that sponsor?
King Cullen.
Grocery
Oh,
store.
Right.
Yeah, grocery store.
Right. I forgot. Large increase of SARS this year.
Not too many more than last year. But Ian Sacco is 44th of 46 right now. And this team will also be fielding a second full-time truck for a driver who started the Cleveland Grand Prix in the Light Series last year and impressed, Aaron Woods, who is 25th. Yeah, Woods will be contesting the full season in this non-chartered 31 entry. Twelfth in the team standings was Washer Motorsports, which has formed an alliance with Leicester Racing and Casey Leicester Motorsports. Chris Washer will be running some cup races with Casey Leicester Motorsports in the 33, and Washer will be once again contesting the full season in trucks. They do have a second truck that'll be running only the road courses, and that will be driven by 5-time Tunisian Formula 4 champion, Yusuf Hussein, currently in the pits right now. He didn't run too many races last year. I think he only showed up to 2, and that was because he was winning his 5th Tunisian Formula 4 championship.
Meanwhile,
He was once again the only competitor.
We missed somebody had blown up as we were
I think that was
focusing on Hussein.
Hansen, one of the Hansen brothers.
Kaboom.
Yes,
With
the
my
Hanson
back,
brothers.
My computer decided to cooperate.
Yay.
Right.
13th in the team standings, but he had a breakout year last year, is Davidson Motorsports and Lucas Davidson. He got 2 wins last season, and I believe briefly led the point standings before dropping off late, but he'll be back to contest the full schedule this year, in addition to a part-time lights schedule with Jeffries Racing. This team does have a second truck that's not in attendance that will be driven by Lucas Davidson's younger brother, Toby. That'll be running most of the short tracks this year. 14th in the team standings is NAC veteran Robert Burton, back for another season. This team has switched from Chevy to Ram, and Robert Burton did get a win last year at Darlington, and hoping to improve on his 14th place team standing. This team does have a second truck. That's the 26 of Scott Overton. I believe Overton only attempted Cleveland last year, but he's expanded to, I believe, an 8 or 9 race schedule this season. 15th place last season was Luke Star Motorsports. Now, that team has brought their competition alliance with Ernest Lewis Racing in NAC up to the Truck Series. That has allowed Jamal Schmidt in the 43 to take over this truck full time. So Jamal Schmidt will be running for Rookie of the Year, and Luke Pellerin is not quite gone just yet. He is in the 44. This truck will be run part-time and split between Luke Star Motorsports and Ernest Lewis Racing throughout the season. 16th place in the team standings last year was Tauger Racing Unit with Matt Tauger. He'll be once again running the full schedule in the 60. And this team is still with Ram. Not much has really changed here. And Trek Tauger will be running a part-time schedule with the 74 truck once again. Just doing road courses.
Hoping to get back into the Light Series after their terrible, no good, very bad 2016 season.
2017 was a bit of a disappointment for this team after being relegated too.
Yeah, fair enough.
17th in the team standings was Roy Inc. with Rich Roy in the 29. They ran the full season last year, and Roy got 1 top 5 and 3 top 10s. Not a bad result, considering this is a family team, and they didn't really have much in the way of corporate sponsorship.
Other than GM Budweiser Service Plus.
True. But that sponsor is gone, so now it's just funded by the Roy family. However, his efforts last year were enough to impress Johnson Racing and Cleveland Speed Inc. And he has joined the Chevy pipeline. So he'll be running a full-time lights schedule this year as well in the 74 car. This team does have a second truck, the 20, which will be driven by Mike Connor, who ran Talladega last year in the Cup Series.
Yes, the race in which, unfortunately, I forget her name, got turned into spaghetti.
Samantha Mason.
Samantha Mason got turned into tomato.
18th in the team standings last year was Pennsylvania Incorporated and Zane Cordola. Not really much has changed with this team. Zane Cordola is once again back to contest the full schedule, and he's picked up a little bit of pace from last season. He's up to 16th in the time charts out of 46.
Can we get a 972 update?
972 is 32nd of 46.
Nice. Okay, at least we're still making the race.
Yeah, that's not terrible. 19th in the team standings, and snagging a win last year at Rockingham was Mid-Atlantic Motorsports with Caitlin Tannerhill. Tannerhill has attracted a few more sponsors to this team. Death Wish Coffee is back from last year, so is CarQuest. Tannerhill Honest Loans, which was an associate last year, is stepping up their backing. And Wawa is going to be sponsoring this team. They do also have 2 drivers that they're going to be putting in a 65 truck, which showed up part-time last year, and it's the same 2. It's going to be Allison Holiday and Entity Brown in the 65. No word on what races those are going to be showing up to, though. '20th, 23rd, and 27th in the team standings last year were the Hansen brothers. Jack, Steve, and Jeff Hansen are all back again to put their competitors into the boards, and hopefully they can score a goal and get their first win this season.
Uh, 21st in the team standings.
Yeah, I'll get there. I'll get there. One team that's made some moves this season that finished 21st last year was Zactec. Zactec is campaigning the Lennard now. I believe they were last season, but they've picked up Joey Anderson to start the season in the 23. That is V8 Champ Car driver Joey Anderson, who finished 3rd in the Indy 500 last year. He'll be contesting part of the truck season in this 23, and he brought his IndyCar sponsor over. Or his
Cloud.
Champ Car. and they'll be fielding a 32 truck for a multitude of drivers. Jason Prescott is the primary driver for this team. Right now, he is scheduled to run pretty much all of the races, splitting the 23 and the 32. He's improved a little bit from last year. Last year, he had some major issues, but it looks like he's improved his form a bit. Other drivers who are going to be driving this 32 truck include Jimmy Wells is slated to make a start or two. He's one of their knack drivers. They've got Craig McLean, who's going to be running in British Columbia. Mike Bretkowski is scheduled to run Nelson Ledges. And Joey Anderson will also be in this 32 truck when Prescott is in the 23. He'll be running a few oval races as well.
Greg McLean has reportedly said, "Not cool, dudes," to being only on one race in the schedule, allegedly.
He'll be back. There are 2 Canadian races this season.
Yes.
22nd in the team standings was Team 50 Racing. They have hired a road course ringer, Lawrence Scarborough from Canada. From the Trans Am ranks, will be running the first few road courses for this team. And for the ovals, they have Decatur won off last year, Jason Masters driving for them. He'll be in this truck on the ovals and be running the balance of the schedule for this team. This team does have their second truck, the 51, being driven by Billy Ray James. That truck will be attempting all of the ovals. '24th in the team standings is Fitzwater Australia Racing with ex-Cup driver Lewis Jones. This team massively struggled last year, and even that's an understatement. So anything better than what they did last year is going to be an improvement.
This team fell off a cliff and rolled 52 times.
And then exploded in a ball of fire. But they're back. And looks like they're about where they were, a little better than they were last year on speed. Lewis Jones sitting in 20th right now. Hopefully he can put things together and really just finish races. That's the most important thing for this team, is Lewis Jones just getting through the races. 25th in the team standings last year was Racing for Kraft and Chris DeSanta. He is back once again in the 157 and still campaigning like Hoyas. And he does have a second truck, the 57, driven by Michael Formage, which will be running a road course schedule.
Oh, trying to not become one with the fertilizer of the 10th paradigm.
Kiflam, brother.
26th in the team standings last year was Precision Motorsports. They've brought in Ian Henderson to run the first couple road courses. They do have a driver for Phoenix who will be competing in the West Coast Series. That is Wayne Mitchell Jr. And aside from that, the balance of the schedule will be going to Colin Kaiser, who's driving their second truck right now. And he is 45th of 46 on the time charts right now.
That's not looking too good for that team.
No, it isn't. But Kaiser's helping keep this team on the grid. And he's doing what he can.
Also, Zach Tech stuck on the curbs.
Yeah, he blew up.
You love to see it.
And last in the team standings, 28th last year, was everyone's favorite backmarker, John Kirkpatrick. he is back for another season. And right now he's only 3 seconds off of Colin Kaiser, but about 7 seconds adrift of the Vincenzo Focusato at the top of the time.
Is he
charts.
making 107%?
Yes, he is. No, 100. It's 110 for this series.
Oh, it's 110 now.
It was 110 last year too.
Oh.
And this team's truck, the second truck for this team, Jethro Jarvis, will be showing up at some point this year. I'm not sure if he's going to be running the full schedule or just attempting ovals like he did last year. Cooper, can you verify, please?
He's
Muted.
deafened.
All right. Well, when you check the VOD, Cooper, let me know.
Or if
Now-
he shows up later.
Now you might notice that there's a few extra trucks that I haven't mentioned that are out on the track right now. And we're going to go through those by number. Since we do have a few non-chartered trucks here today that aren't affiliated with any trucks that are entered by the chartered teams. And the first of those is Pacifica Motorsports with Faamanu Ala Alatoa in the 42.
Tonight.
The Tongan driver. Or is that Samoan? I need to check that flag. I think that's Samoa.
Let me do that.
Yeah, let me get the wiki up. I can help.
That's Samoa.
Yeah, that's Samoa.
Yeah, the
Based on
Samoan
the way that
driver.
name's written, that's Samoan, yeah.
The Samoan driver will be attempting the full schedule in the 42, alongside his teammate Lilino Tari in the 86, who is from Vanuatu. This team is spearheading an effort to get Pacific Islanders racing experience. And this team will also be attempting the rounds of New Zealand and Australia in the Cup Series.
Along with the Brigade of Gyms.
Yes. In addition to Pacifica Motorsports attempting the full season, Ken Billings, our driver, will be attempting at least the first 4 races in his 56 truck. In lights and trucks. In lights, he'll be partnering with Circle Track Racing to run the 79 truck for the first 4 races. And this truck will be showing up for the first 4 races if he does well enough. There are more races that are on the cards, but he's planning on attempting most of the West Coast, well, all of the West Coast races, and possibly going over the Mississippi for a few.
More than likely Mansfield and Cleveland.
Not sure if Mansfield is on the cards. But I've heard Carbondale, Missouri and Missouri as a couple options. Grand Detour.
For what it's worth, the wiki says the first 4 races of Ken
Yeah.
Billings.
That's
So
what
it would be
that's
there would
confirmed.
be-
That's confirmed first.
Yeah.
4.
so that's Oregon, Utah, Arizona, and C. So that's Knox, Provo, Phoenix, and HLR.
Yeah. He has said though that depending on how he does in the first 4, he will add more races to his schedule. We do also have Charlie Faulkner Racing, who has brought 2 trucks here. Charlie Faulkner in the 85 and Ryan Faulkner in the 89. This NAC team will be running 1 truck full-time, and the 89 will be part-time. The first 2 races for the 85 will be driven by Jeff Fisher, who is a good friend of Charlie Faulkner's from a number of years ago. He'll be running the 85 in those, and at BC, the 89 will be showing up for at least 3 or 4 races in the first 8 or 9 races. Ryan Faulkner will be driving 2 of those, I believe Charlie will be running 1, and Noel St. Pierre will be running at BC. Faulkner is planning on putting Jeff Fisher in this truck for at least 3 races. James Beverly is going to be running Phoenix in this truck. Faulkner himself will be running a few, and I believe Mike Rutkowski is running Nelson Ledges. He was running Mansfield for Zach Tech. Rutkowski is. So they're
Yes.
bringing in the Ohio ringer for that.
Our driver, Mike Rutkowski.
Yes. And I believe that concludes the field right now in terms of drivers who are here. There's going to be a few more trucks that are showing up now and then that aren't here. Eric Dyson is 7th.
Impressive.
But
Speaking of extra entries, Fred Jones Jr., PCC Intergalactic driver, will be making a plethora of starts for Genesis Engineering in a second truck.
he is not in attendance today, however.
No, because he is only running a single road course, and that is Cleveland.
Making Cleveland plans already. Bold strategy. But leading the way right now by half a second is Vincenzo Focasato, who is not on track. He's at the snack bar.
He is clearly having some of that gabagool.
But aside from Focasato, Mason Yokoyama, freshly demoted from the Lights Series, is second by 24 100ths over James Beverly.
Also, Cooper is back.
That was somebody else.
No, I saw him unmute himself.
Hey, Cooper.
Yeah.
Jethro Jarvis's schedule. How many races is he running this year?
I believe he's running most of them.
Okay.
If not all of them.
I can have that truck show up to all of them.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. In terms of schedule changes, there is at least one new race this year, and that's going to be at HLR, the round of British Columbia. That's going to happen early in the season.
Oh, and Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Yeah, Charlotte is back. Yeah, 2 new races will be added to the calendar. Those are the rounds of British Columbia and Charlotte, held at HLR and Charlotte Motor Speedway. That'll bring the number of races this year to 23. One race did get removed, however, and that was the round of Delaware, held at Dover. Dover will be back for the Lights Series, however.
How is the 33 doing?
Zach Meyer is 12th.
He's open. I don't think he's gonna be the triple threat if he's 12th in testing.
Well, he's just shaking down the truck. He's getting a feel for it.
Fair enough.
And road courses aren't exactly his forte.
Yes, we will be hoping to win at Phoenix, which we hope will not be as much of a catastrophe as it was last year.
Fingers crossed. Jared, there will be Europe preseason testing, just not this week.
Or for a while.
Europe East preseason testing will be taking place at Shanghai the day before the race. Colin Kaiser 45th. Woof.
Suboptimal.
Hi, Rich.
Hi, Rich. Push to talk.
Yeah, fucking just dropped my fucking headset. I'm having a fun time if you can't tell.
Yeah, you're in 35th. Sponsored by the totally legitimate construction company, Roy Incorporated Construction.
Because it is legitimate. We build things.
And Bouchard is 33rd.
At least we're making the race.
For stars, we build better trucks than you.
Ooh. I
Yeah,
love it.
Because you ran in the Truck Series last year. We were in lights getting a U-Goad. We were not going.
Oh, I mean the name of the car is appropriate. You go down to trucks.
Yep. Considering how many times we blew up last season. And also we're just dreadfully slow. But road courses are not Bouchard's forte. We are on.
The best of the road course ringers right now is Joey Anderson, P13.
In the Cloud truck for Zach Tech.
I do like how that truck looks on track.
I love the sponsor.
But Focus Auto is setting the bar high. Half
I
a
don't
second
think any-
clear of the rest of the field.
Yeah, there's got to be some sort of extra gabagool in that truck.
Damn cup whackers.
Proving that he will be a threat when he shows up.
Although knowing Focus Auto's luck, that'll probably just end up with him in the wall or on fire.
When he shows up, he will have to qualify it, though, however.
I think that's a foregone conclusion because Jeffro Jarvis is showing up.
Believe the races with the most entries right now.
BC.
Yeah, BC and HLR.
With the Canadian contingent making the track over.
Yeah, Phoenix and BC right now have 4 DNQs. Adding Jethro Jarvis to those will make it 15, or will make it 5 DNQs.
Yes. And Jeffro Jarvis is guaranteed to DNQ.
Don't say that. Anything can happen.
Fair enough. Outlap accidents taking people out of the session.
Was an interesting decision by the team to demote Luke Pellerin from full-time driver to part-time. But he is ahead of the chartered entry right now. He's up to 25th.
Yes. And he was only demoted because he had a better season than Knack, I'm pretty sure.
This this 44 truck is going to be alternating between Ernest Lewis Racing and Luke Star Motorsports. But they have not released the schedule for this truck yet. So, unsure how many times this truck is going to be showing up. Hey Gabe, if you're watching the VOD, send me the schedule.
Gabe.
Lecklider's poked his head into the top 10.
And fittingly is in 10th place in the number 10 truck.
Which is where he finished last year in team standings.
The man is the most consistent number picking in the history of the series, so...
Carson Lambert's only running about half the season, getting some experience on in trucks to help him on the cup side.
Yes, after running Yugos last season.
No, he was in trucks last year.
Oh, right. In the Curiosity Stream Raid Shadow Legends truck.
Yeah.
How many different liveries does he have? Like 20?
Between the series, something like 7, 8.
Yeah. The NordVPN truck is still my favorite.
Oh, it'll be back. And as we conclude practice, we'll be expecting the lights cars on track here in about 3 to 5 minutes. Vincenzo Focusato leading the way. And Mason Yokoyama looks like he's going to be a threat on the road courses.
And considering he almost won the title in 2016, a threat for the title as well.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, he will only finish second to Jeffries, who is, I believe, now in the Cup Series. Unless
No,
he's still...
Jeffries is still in lights.
Yeah, they didn't get promoted.
I believe Yokoyama was third.
Yeah, he was third behind Heller and Jeffries.
No, it was
Oh, it was...
the Buff.
yes, who has unfortunately been arrested following a hit and run.
That was Posington, his team owner. And thus concludes our practice.
Yay.
Yay.
Jump over to the next video.
Oh, Jason
after
Prescott jumped to the top of the timesheets by over a second.
Hey, yo, what?
Hey, yo.
Excuse me, sir? That
How
truck-
the hell?
Draft lap.
No.
He must have cut the course.
Jet fuel. And my game crashed.
There!
A fitting
Perfect
ending to
timing.
practice.
A fitting ending.
Well, with that, I'm gonna get the lights cars ready.
Woo!
Thank you all for
Yay.
joining me. I hope that this was enjoyable for the trucks.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
I
What?
don't know what
Like he
that.
said,
I'll see you
Wookie?
next time.